Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be about my summer essentials. So these are makeup products that I'm going to be using throughout summer a lot. And I did leave out bronzers for this video just because I typically will use a darker foundation rather than bronze. Sometimes I use a bronzer, but those are all personal preference and dependent on your skin tone, which ones will look best on you. So these are just my overall summer essentials minus bronzers, and without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, before we get started, these are my personal opinions. If we disagree on any of these products, if I like something you don't like, it's cool, it's just makeup. It's not that serious. Now let's get into it. The first thing, let's start with like how things go on your face, you know? So primers. I picked two primers. So one, I picked a primer mist. This is just the one I'm using currently, which is the Milani Rose Water. All these products will be linked down below for you. I really like this. I just like a primer mist in the summertime because sometimes I wake up, like I wash my face and everything, and then I do a couple errands and my face is like a little bit more moisturized than normal. I still have dry skin. My face is still not like, it doesn't need like a super strong moisturizer. It has a little bit more wetness to it, moisture to it. So I like a primer mist for those days so I don't have to pack on a ton of products, especially if you already have a moisturizer or SPF on. You don't want to pack on too much. I like a primer mist for that. Also, it's good for refreshing during the day. Also chose the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer because it has SPF 30 sunscreen in it. And my body, like you can tell I wore this dress today, so you can see like my body is super tan and my face is not. And I prefer to keep it that way. I know it doesn't match, but I prefer to keep it that way so my skin doesn't get damaged on the face. So SPF in a primer, this is SPF 30. I do wish SPF 50 came in primers, but usually it's 20, 25, or 30. So if you know one that with a higher SPF, I'd love to hear about it. But as of right now, this is the one I'm using, and it actually is really nice and easy to apply too. So I quite enjoy this. There's no strong fragrance. And I have a couple other primers that I use during the summertime that are more reparative, but really a mist and something with SPF in it are two things that I'm really looking for right now. Next up, foundation. So two foundations I'm wearing a lot, I'm going to start wearing a lot because of the tone of them, because I got them in the wrong shade for me, is the one I'm wearing today. I got a more bronzier one on today. This is a Stay Naked 20 CP. I use this in the summertime because it's a little dark. I bought it last summer. It's still really good. And then I also have White Pearl T2N from Uoma Beauty. I really like the foundation. I like both formulas of these foundations, but I don't wear them during the winter because they're too dark for me. I can mix them, but I don't. So those are two that I picked because of the shade, and two that I picked for summer purposes are the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. This is too expensive for the coverage you get. It's very light coverage, but you do get a ton of products in here. This is 1C0 Cameo. It looks too dark for me, and it kind of blends into your skin. Like, I was gonna say it is too dark for me because realistically it is, but it like melts into the skin, and it has such light coverage, it really just blends into your skin tone. It looks really nice. So it's a little bit of coverage and not too much if you don't want something super heavy on the skin, especially if you're gonna be out in the sun and the heat and you don't want to have a ton of foundation that's gonna like sweat up on you and get in your smile lines. That's one thing that I struggle with so much, is I love a full coverage moment. But if I have full coverage foundation on all day long and in the heat, my smile lines crease so badly on me, and it's kind of embarrassing because they don't just crease right here. They crease all the way down. It's unfortunate, but yeah. The other one, I feel like I'm talking fast. The other one that I picked for the summer purpose, so we picked one that has light coverage but really good, and we picked one with more full coverage but long wearing. So the Urban Decay All Nighter. I also considered the Airbrush Flawless from Charlotte Tilbury as well as the Born This Way from Too Faced, but All Nighter is such a good, this is 0.5, such a good foundation for like any purpose. Like if you're going out all day, I would wear that. If you're going out for just a night and you think it might get a little hot, I would wear that. Like there's no time that I feel, unless your skin is like parched, this is gonna like can cling to it a little bit. Other than that situation, there's no situation where you don't need the all-nighter foundation. It's really good. I'm up to this on this one. It's my second one I've ever gone through. I've already finished one before and I really love it, and I still love it even though I've tried so many foundations because it is really long wearing, and also the shade range is pretty good too. So I do like that, especially because some of the fairer shades don't have a super orange undertone, which is fantastic because people like me struggle with that a lot. I'm very pink naturally. So next up, setting powder. I chose, this is also the second one that I'm making quite a lot of progress on it. It's the second one I've gone through. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills setting powder in vanilla. Now, when I finished the first one a long time ago, people were like, oh my god, how'd you go through it so fast? It's a really good setting powder, and I always set my entire face. Now, has a tint to it. There's many shades of this. There is the pure white one if you're doing more like really, really fair. They have a good shade range. If you have deeper skin too, they have nice colors for that. They have two really kind of deeper ones, and one of them doesn't look too warm, which is nice because a lot of warmer skin or a lot of deeper skin tones tend to get the really, really warm undertones, but not everyone has that, so that's nice as well. But I do think the Anastasia setting powder locks it in. I pack on the powder with my sponge under the under eyes and in the smile lines, and that setting powder, which I'm also using today, really locks in the skin. So if I'm going out for a long time, that's what I'm using. Next up in the order of face things for me is brows. So I chose the KVD Vegan Beauty. They gotta get a new name. We don't like it, get a new name. I'd rather it just be called Kat Von D again, even if it's not associated with her. The KVD Vegan Beauty 24-hour Super Brows. This is Granite, which is a black shade, which I'll probably start using soon just because like my hair color is changing and I don't know how to make things match certain things. Black is just an easy brow color, but it's a really good long wearing brow thing that doesn't smear, doesn't, you know, do anything. Brow pencils tend to be kind of fragile for carrying along, so I'd rather bring a pomade and just use a brush to apply it. Very long wearing and great. So I really do like the formula. I do not like the purple one though. I had the magenta, it works fine. The blonde one, the taupe one looks fine. The black one works fine, but the purple one, the formula in that is just not the same. So do avoid the purple one if you do have purple hair. But the rest of the colors seem to be really nice in formula and I quite enjoy them. They don't dry out on you. Next up we have blush. So I chose the Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. I know it's called Bloom, but it's like in Bloom now. So I got this in a BoxyCharm Premium and it's very cute. So it comes with 2 cream products. I don't really mess with the cream products. I need 2 more, but I haven't been. But I really chose these because of these like peachier shades. Like we have a peachy highlight and a peachy blush. I don't use this as a highlight. I use it as like a mix-in. This is a very, very glowy peachy blush and I mix it with the highlight shade. I think it makes a really cute, like a really cute dewy, pinky peachy kind of color, which looks really great on the skin. Now you can of course use these. That's hard for me to blend out. I know you're supposed to be able to blend that color out and it looks good on any skin tone. It's hard for me to blend out. This shade right here, pretty nice as well, but I do kind of use it as like a glowy blush, not just a glow. So again, really great color combination. You might be able to find this on like Poshmark or Mercury or somewhere like that, where people sell makeup for an easier, like a cheaper price than Natasha Denona price, since it did come in a BoxyCharm Premium a couple months ago. Next up is a tool, I meant to mention it in my monthly favorites for April, and it's these sponges from Amazon. So they come in like big packs and stuff, or you can get them like individually. They're from Amazon and they're actually really, really good sponges. So usually I use the Real Technique sponge, but these are awesome. Like they have like the perfect density. I like the little point, and for being an Amazon sponge, usually sponges I don't know the brand of usually suck, or they're too dense, or they soak up too much product, or they don't soak up enough product. But these are actually really good sponges and from Amazon, so I thought I'd mention them while I remember to mention them. Next up for highlighters though, I picked 2. So I chose the Lunar Beauty Mercury, I don't know what these are called, Disney Lunar Beauty, Moon Prism powders. This is Mercury. This packaging is gorgeous, this is gorgeous. And I chose more of a like kind of golden hue highlighter. It's really, really, really pigmented, really, really pretty, and it has like small metallic-y little reflex in there, and it's not super glittery, which I appreciate because I don't really like a glittery highlight, but I think it's a beautiful slightly yellow tone, which when my skin is more bronzy like today, I feel like it looks really good. The other highlighter I chose is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlight. We're gonna talk about this really fast because it is no longer available, which makes no sense because stuff we don't want from Anastasia is still around. But this highlighter I think is the perfect gold for any skin tone if you can get your hands on it or you have it. I do think that it gets a little bit hard pan, but it's still lovely. And normally I can't wear a gold highlight because it is too dark, but something about this is universally flattering. Like, it's beautiful, it's metallic, it's not glittery. It's a really nice highlight. I'm glad I have it. I don't think I'd ever part with it because it's just really pretty and you can't get it again. Next up for setting sprays. So the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This is the cherry one. Don't get the cherry one, it smells like medicine. But All Nighter Setting Spray, great choice just to lock in that face. I use it anytime I'm gonna go out for a really long period of time or I'm going outside. And these Tarte, almost said Tarte, the Tarte Stay Spray, which is also a really good setting spray. I feel like I use this more to like set my face and also like get the powders down. It kind of settles the powders down on the skin. I really like that for this, or like this for that. What am I saying? Anyways, I really like that for that purpose. Next up, 2 non-makeup-y things. the Milani Greek Goddess Lip Balm. I talked about this before. It's transforming. It gives you a little bit of pink right in the inner lip. It gives a little bit of color to the lips without being a lip tint or lip stain or anything like that. It gives a little bit of a tingle, like a baby bit of a tingle. Like a little bit of a spearmintness because it's very minty. And it's a great lip balm, especially for an affordable price, especially if you're not wearing lipstick when you go out, you're just going out to the beach or something. Maybe you just want a little bit of moisture to your lips and a little bit of color that looks natural. That's a great option. And also the Sol de Janeiro, what is this called? My Soul Stick SPF 50 sunscreen. So this smells like their signature caramel scent. It smells so good. I love their smell. Not the blue one, but this one is so good. And this actually smells sweeter than the normal smell. You can just rub it. It's a stick form of sunscreen. You can just rub it all over your shoulders. SPF 50. Really easy to use, really fast. I need to like put it on my hands and stuff because I keep getting really tan hands and like part of my hand doesn't tan because I grabbed the steering wheel and it only covers my knuckles with tan. So that's unfortunate, but I need to use SPF more often. I keep thinking I'm just gonna run an errand to the store and not worry about putting on SPF and stuff, but then I get like really tan arms and my tattoos are fading because I don't think about being in the car, the sunlight beaming down on me. So I need to take care of myself better that way. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. I apologize, I feel like I'm talking really fast today, but I just have a lot on my mind. So anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.